Going on YouTube? My name is Ty with the Dividend Stock King with another video. Today I'm doing a video is why do I invest in the stock market or high yield or dividend investing, and the reason I made this channel. So before I begin, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not getting financial advice. Please, this is all my personal opinions, my personal thoughts. So please seek a professional. But the reason why I invest in these funds, why I believe, well, let's go at the beginning. I started a YouTube channel to get the word out of dividend investing. I grew up in a, yes, I grew up kind of a world where the only way you can make extra money is having a full-time and part-time job, or you come from family, or you come from people with money. Like, nobody was really investing in the stock market, nobody really did real estate, but the only thing you could make passive income in is a real estate or a business, right? Didn't know that you can make passive income in the stock market because we was always taught the stock market you lose money. The only thing that people was taught that you buy low and sell high. That was the only education that we received growing up in the stock market. But you can make passive income in the stock market just as good as real estate or any other business. And I believe dividend investing, in my personal opinion, is the ultimate way to make passive income. Um, Pretty much hands off. This stuff's pretty much hands off. This the only. I mean, there's maybe something else like staking crypto or doing CDs or in that nature where you do it one time and it pays you. But dividend investing is one of the few ways where you could just set it and pretty much forget it. If you have high yield funds and dividend investments in your Roth IRA, you do nothing but put the drip on. I mean, it grows by itself. You literally gotta do nothing. Um, let's see the income I made. It's a little off. Robinhood said I made 17. Snowball said I made 15, but that's okay. But $1,700 a month, 100% passive, meaning I didn't do any work whatsoever, and that's $1,700. I have a full-time job, so I couldn't make the $1,700 at a part-time job because I have to work after work 5 days a week to make, in a week. I don't know. You work from if I work from 6 to 10 or overnight, you couldn't make $1,700 a month without all that extra work. So people don't think people hate these high yield funds. They don't really go through the mental process of how much money you're making versus um no versus how hard you have to work to make the money that you're making. I mean, for me to make $1,700 a month, and also my portfolio is astounding. And this is 100% passive. Imagine if I had a full time job. I got a full time, but imagine I had a part time job. I could work all day and night for the whole month and still make $1,700, right? I could get laid off my full time job. I have no job and I still make $1,700 a month. So one thing I did learn with dividend investing that everybody should know that there's a difference between active income and passive income. And we all should strive to get passive income as much as possible. So that's the goal. The goal is to get much passive income as soon as possible, because if you can do that, if you get some passive income coming in through your portfolio, that's amazing, right? You don't have to work for it. And again, you can work two, three jobs and still make. I can work 5 jobs right now, work every day from sun up to sundown, 7 days a week, and make the active income a lot of money. And I'll still get paid the $1,700 a month. That's the beauty of the passive income. It works in the background. And then if you don't need the money, you can always reinvest it back into the fund and make more money to get when you get more shares. So the one thing I learned, I've started a channel to get people more involved in dividend investing. That you don't have to do real estate, you don't have to build a business. You can buy a business, you can invest in a business that pays you every month. You don't have to buy, you don't have to buy a rental property. You don't have to go around and find rental properties. I'm not saying don't do it, because I think it's a great investment. But we was all told, most of us told, real estate's hard, starting a business, 89% fail. Everything that was a different avenue. I was just thinking about it. Every avenue that's different from getting a job, we was discouraged from family, from friends, from school, from older people, and people hanging around. We were all discouraged. And I'm in my late 30s, so growing up, you know, we were all discouraged. Like, I give you an example, starting a business. What the first thing they would say? Oh, no, 89% fail, right? The stock market. Oh, you could lose all your money. You could lose all. You could go bankrupt, lose all your money in the stock market. What about real estate? Oh, you get a bad tenant and they'll destroy your whole place. And you now if they move out, you have to pay the mortgage. Every little thing that was kind of like we thought about doing, we was being discouraged to do. Just to and we was told that get a job, a good paying job, or go to college or military. That's it. That's the only choice we had. It wasn't investing. It wasn't doing real estate. It was doing none of that, starting a business. It was just those three things, and that's it. Because everything else is not going to work. This is not everybody. This is happening to me and people that I know and being around people and people in the neighborhood, and maybe it was me or maybe it's a few people, but that was a big thing. I know a lot of people who don't invest now, who older than me or a little younger than me, who has kids, who don't invest at all, um, don't know what Roth IRA is because they was never taught that anything in the stock market is bad. Stay at work, get that 401k. So this is one thing I learned, that you can make passive income through the stock market, and that's great. You can do that too. And then one thing that I've always told people that nobody talks about online is when you start getting this money, your mindset will change. You're going to change your mindset because when you make your first $5, a dollar, $5, you really can't spend it. You really can't. You can withdraw it, but how much you can give it $5, right? So your mind automatically goes to, what if I make $25 a week? What if I made $90 a week? What if I make $100 a week? That I can pay my cell phone bill every month. So that pays it for me. So I don't have to pay it. So you know what I'm saying? Because a long time ago, I showed a lady my portfolio how much I make in dividends. And I was driving for Uber, quick store for Uber one time. And the first thing I said, it was ARR, and it paid me like $85. And she lived alone. She was in a apartment, lived alone. And she said, wow, $85. And the first thing she said was, well, I can pay for my light bill every month. I said, yeah. That's the first thing she said. She didn't think about spending the money. She didn't think about, that's a $85 I did not have to work for, and I could pay a bill that I need to pay. So what I'm saying is, when you start dividend investing, you will start to change your mindset. You will start thinking, hey, instead of going to this and spending this, because $5 won't get you anything. Well, man, what if I make $10? What if I get to $100? Well, I get to $500. Then you would change your mindset, because there's only one way to get there. To get to $5 to $100, there's only one way to get there. You can't skip this part. If you want to get to $5 a week to $100 a week, or $5 a month, there's only one way to get there, and that's to buy more shares. That's it. The more shares you have, the more money you make. So how you get more shares? You have to buy more stocks. You have to buy the same ETF or different ETF. Okay, how do I buy it? Why I need money? How do I get money? Well, you already make money. Oh, okay, well, then you start cutting down expenses. Then you start spending a little bit less. Then you start doing things because you want to hit this goal over here of $500 a week or a month, and that's better, that's more beneficial than going out or buying this or buying that. That $500 a month will come in when you most need it versus buying something you want. So dividend investing is not only a way of investing, but it will and it should change your mindset. Because now, well, damn, I make $10 this week. What if I make $50 a week or $100 a week? If I make $100 a week, that's $400 a month. That $100 a week, That paid my cell phone bill. That, if you're single, that could buy some groceries. A few groceries. Stuff high now, but you get my point. It would change your mindset if a wasteful spending. It would change your mindset up investing more, cutting stuff back. Um, you be, I'm not saying don't, you know, live on a bridge and don't sell everything to invest, but you will start changing the way you do things because you've seen it with your own eyes. Hey, I make $10 a week. I like to get $100 a week. $100. So that's the end of my video of things I've learned from the stock market, your mindset change. Um, we all need passive income, and the biggest thing is the mindset. And once the mindset change, you will never go back. Like I'm at a point where every time I get paid, I will always invest. I don't care if it's $20, $25. I'm going to invest in the brokerage, and I'm gonna invest in my Roth IRA. And now paying off debt is in that category because when I want that debt paid off, that money is free and that money could turn back into an investment. So my mindset has changed where I pay my bills. The second thing I do is put to my brokerage, pay some debt, put it to the Roth IRA. That's my mindset now because I know long term what's better, buying an Xbox right now or investing. My name is Ty for Dividend Stock King. I have a link to Robinhood. Check it out. You can start your investment journey. See you next time.